The city of Rotterdam in South Holland is a city whose history is intertwined with the water that surrounds it. 80% of the city lies below sea level. Rotterdam is home to one of the largest ports in the world that has existed since 900 AD. In 1940, the city was bombed by the Germans during World War II, completely wiping out its infrastructure. Over 25,000 buildings were destroyed. Instead of returning the city of Rotterdam to its prior state, the city took this opportunity to rebuild itself in ways that resolved many of its issues, particularly flooding. As Rotterdam's risk of flooding increased due to sea level rise, new and innovative infrastructure was built to improve resilience. The most crucial resilience project is a high-tech storm surge barrier called the Maaslantkerring. It is run by a supercomputer and closes automatically when Rotterdam is threatened by floods. There are two huge gates, each the size of the Eiffel Tower. One arm sits on each side of the canal and can swing out and lock together when a storm is coming. The structure is tubular and will fill with water and sink into a concrete bed, creating an impenetrable wall to keep floodwaters out of the port. Their model of resilience is also livable for citizens. They've created useful spaces that can double as flood reservoirs, like parking garages and public parks. For example, water plazas are public parks that act as water basins during flood events. Many have been placed in underserved neighborhoods as part of a more equitable adaptation plan. Many have water features like fountains or rivers that fill when it rains. These plazas prevent water from draining into surrounding streets and neighborhoods and funnel the water into a stormwater discharge system. In Draagsbolder is a 22-acre park in place of reclaimed fields and canals that has been made into public land. It includes bike paths and an international rowing course. During times of flooding, this space acts as a reservoir and can store as much as 4 million cubic meters of water, keeping the surrounding area dry. By 2050, more than 500 low-lying coastal cities will face sea level rise of at least half a meter, which puts more than 800 million people at risk and can hinder essential economic services such as energy and transportation. Rotterdam's successful model of livable resilience has a lot to offer other cities that are seeking strategies to address flooding and sea level rise in the coming decades. These strategies can be incorporated into coastal countries' national adaptation plans, which each party of the UNFCCC agreed to develop during the 16th COP in Cancun. Case studies of successful adaptations can be particularly useful to developing and financing effective national adaptation plans, especially to confront sea level rise.